People of Reddit. What is something people in their 20s might not realize will significantly impact them as they reach their 40s? The character of the person they choose to have a long-term relationship with or even marry. Single most important decision someone will ever make. I think a lot of people in their 20s underestimate how important their health choices are. It's easy to think you're invincible, but those late nights, bad eating habits, and lack of exercise can really catch up to you. Taking care of your body now can make a huge difference in your 40s. Your hearing loud noise over time is bad and is not fixable. My 27-year-old ass is just reading these with such a look of dread on my face. You are not trapped in your job, career path, hobbies, interests, or friendships. You are young, able to explore and try new things relatively consequence-free. Go to work, then wake up in their 30s or 40s and think, fuck, why am I in this position? Take the time to be cognizant of the path you're on and of what is fulfilling, interesting, and important to you. Of course, being physically and mentally healthy are patterns that are good to ingrain young as well, as others have mentioned. Take responsibility for finding your calling and not settling or being complacent in the first hand you're dealt. Heavy drinking. How long it takes to get good at things. For example, if you want to become a good writer, you will have to spend many hundreds of hours writing bad, mediocre, and decent text first. And the same applies for painting, musical instruments, any skill really. And as you age and gather responsibilities, your available energy and time for such activities will generally only decrease. It is very easy to keep delaying this strenuous and sometimes painful process of getting good and end up without hobbies and non-career related skills in your 40s. And that might be enough for some, but it might not be for you. Benefits of fitness. My father started exercising regularly in his 40s. Nothing extreme, just consistent. He is now 87 years old and still in great shape. All of his doctors agree that the reason he is in such good health is because he started exercising. The flip side, he has had to deal with a lot of losses, including my mother. Having just turned 40, looking after your teeth. Looking after your joints, bones, muscles. Make sure you stretch and get injuries sorted when you are younger. Sunscreen. The age you have your children and who you chose to have your children with because they are forever in your life. Saving money, spend less on stuff and having the latest things. Your gut health will be absolutely wrecked if you have not taken care of yourself in your 20s. Their health, this includes teeth. When we are in our 20s, we think we can do anything. There's a physical price that's collected in a future the youth can't contemplate. Sleep debt. Stretch. I'm 37 and thank my past self every single day that I took yoga every semester of college. Skipping the work needed to sustain relationships. Friends in your 20s come easily. Friends in your 40s end up take the effort of a part-time job. Emotional trauma you don't deal with literally turns into physical trauma. Stop clenching your jaw. Get that trauma out of your body. Talk to someone. Your bones will thank you for it. My father doesn't have discs between his backbones because he thought he could tough it out. Mind if a guy in his 50s gets in on this. 1. If you're going to buy someone a gift, an experience is far more memorable than item. 2. If you have the opportunity to do something out of your comfort zone that doesn't put you in danger, do it. 3. Don't be mad at the younger generations. They are your kids. Point 4. If you're going to buy a home, buy it as soon as you can. The value will increase immensely in most cases. 5. Prepare for being broke more than once in your life. Point 6. Take care of your body the best you can. Everything begins to break down. 7. There's a huge difference between love and lust. 8. It costs nothing to be nice to people. It's not always easy to be nice, but man, can it be rewarding to know I did the right thing. Money. Make sure you get a stable, good income. Ditch illicit drugs, shit friends and relationships. Don't get pregnant with anyone who hasn't got their shit together or has any addictions. Laying around in the sun with no protection on. How you treat people. We are all people and deserve kindness and empathy to an extent. In your 20s, it's usually not in the forefront of your mind. Neglecting physical health and self-care can lead to significant issues later in life. That sleep is really important, and you can't get away with not sleeping for one day. No effort is made to maintain friends in your 20s is friends in your 40s is a part-time job. For me, paying attention to their mental health. That's how I ended up at 36 with chronic depression and severe social anxiety to the point I'm not a normal, developed human being. Eating bad food now can make you feel unhealthy when you're older. Carrying them 80 pounds concrete bags. Sitting up straight. Finding hobbies and other interests is more important than you think. Good financial using moisturizers. Marrying badly. Having children with someone who you absolutely should not be having children with. Just take stock that this is like a lifetime decision, and when I say lifetime, I mean absolutely lifetime. This person can terrorize you when you're 60 years old talking about the 40-year-old children. Remember a friend of mine in high school who was trying to keep her boyfriend from cheating, so she basically decided to get pregnant on the sly and thought that would help. It literally wrecked her life. She thought she would keep this man who was cheating on her. I mean, honestly, it's heartbreaking. But she was entrapped for 20 years with a guy who literally did not care, and she could not work. She could not get a career as she was living in the poverty cycle of just trying to stay afloat. Neglecting sleep. It'll catch up with you in ways you won't expect. Ignoring long-term health habits and financial planning can have major impacts later in life. If you don't have a solid diet and exercise routine by age 40, you're likely to see your quality of life decrease. Be thankful for your support network if you have one. Watching the people that propped you up, that cheered you on, that had shared context and could make you feel better or safe, watching them pass or get dementia is really hard. I think technically we are ultimately all on our own in the world. But looking up to find yourself without that support, and in turn having to watch out for your parents, can be a scary, lonely place. Having done a fair amount of psychedelics in my 20s, I don't think the very long-term effects are understood like I wish so bad. Sometimes I didn't think so deeply about every little thing. Like you do the thing to open your mind, but there isn't something to close it back up a little bit to make just basic living less of a big deal all the time. And the flashbacks are also kind of annoying to constantly ignore. At first, I thought it was cool, but it really does permanently change your brain. All the things I thought were an advantage at the time kind of seem like a drag now. I just want my brain to think simple thoughts again. Not life-altering, shaking the foundation of reality decisions for every little thing. Not everything has to be epic. Smoking, staying physically active. That tiny dream you have of doing that thing for a job, go after that. Not saving money and not taking care of your health overall. Brush your teeth properly. Cut down on sugar. It will literally kill you. Walk at least 8 hours per week. Cook your own food. That will cut down calories too. McDonald's, KFC, Pepsi, and Coke are not your friends. Get medical checkup at least once a year. A bad relationship will kill you. It is the single most biggest determinant of success in this world. If you are in a relationship that you don't want, just leave. You're not a bad person for doing this. Also, decision paralysis is a thing. You think you have an unlimited time to make decisions, but you really don't. You are only young once. Failing to make a decision can destroy way more lives than simply making the wrong one. Thanks for watching.